Zan, welcome back, my man.
Yo, thank you. All right, I see you, Jake. Hi, hello.
That's how we started out. Welcome back, everyone, to podcast Esports Rewind podcast number 16, breaking down the latest and greatest in esports news. I always say it, Zan, but a great week, man. A great.
Was it though?
You know what? Last week we broke 40K. We're on our way still. We're trudging.
For the channel, for the site, yes. Great week.
Yes.
Yeah,
for us,
yeah.
Mentally deprived. Like I'm sitting here thinking I'm freaking exhausted. How about yourself, dude? Like, how you doing, man?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm in a weird place. I'm definitely gonna take a nap when I go home.
Yeah, like
let's say that.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's for me on Fridays at least. You guys see these on Mondays, or this week it might be even a Tuesday given the holiday. But we're back every week nonetheless, and we're feeling great. I feel like this week comments saved me, so I just want to say a quick thank you to all the comments out there. Every day I get home and I read a comment saying, "You guys are like the best. I'm glad I found you guys. Thank you."
Yeah,
like they
really
saved me on hard nights where I'm just exhausted. Want to get into this, man? We got some great topics.
Let's jump straight into it.
All right, let's get it rolling. Zan, dude. I love Call of Duty news, man. Like we've just I remember like back to podcasts like I think it was like 4 or 5. We were kind of like scraping the surface.
Yeah, when the first like drama stories started showing up, and you're like, oh yeah, I like talking about it.
Yeah. And now it's like taking over. Like we're doing a lot of COD news. I love it to death. And it kind of brings a great talking point to the future of the Call of Duty franchise league, which we still don't. People call it CDL or CWL. I don't give a frick anymore. Let's call it.
I really hope they don't use CDL. CDL does not sound nearly as good as CWL.
I agree with you. Either way, speaking of that franchise league, the thoughts of this, because now we have so many teams. I would say even brand-wise, team-wise, or fan base-wise, we have more teams not participating than we do inside the league so far.
Yeah, I don't think any of the teams that I would associate with Call of Duty off the top of my head, none of them are None of them are interested.
Dude, I love the way you put things, man, because I had not really thought about it that way, because it's not the old Optic.
No, it may as well not be Optic.
Yeah, it's phases on the fence, not even confirmed yet. Now 100 Thieves is the latest one.
Yeah.
And now we have Reciprocity, Gen G, LG, all outside. And we could literally see our esports bubble subject take off, because we have competition outside the league that is more fierce than that inside. And so there's going to be multiple things could be happening here, San. All right?
Yeah.
We could have these teams not participate, or maybe this is leverage power for all of a sudden Activision Blizzard saying, hey, please come back. Please. We'll lower that price.
No, yeah, like, hey, like, trying to be like, hey, we know we said 25 million, but we meant
20.
We meant like $25. There's somebody added a couple extra zeros.
What are you guys willing to pay? Because it's just insane to see we're having this debate. I just love it, because the more we talk about esports, the more digestible this content becomes, and this is a talking point for everyone in the esports scene.
Right, yeah, definitely. Everybody should be talking about it.
Because it affects the future of other franchises. And then you look at it and you say, okay, all of a sudden they're offering these orgs better deals. What about the orgs that have already committed? Are they coming back and saying, yo, we signed a contract, but
I imagine they'd have to drop their price too.
Give us a bit of a refund here. Yeah.
But even at that point, would the Call of Duty League even be profitable? Because we know League isn't. Right?
They're on their way. They're on their way. Let's get that clear.
But that's very much PR talk. That could mean well on their way.
That could very well be a front.
Hey, we were 30 million in the hole. Now we're only at 35.
Yeah,
not 35. 25.
Yeah. So I think it's a great talking point. Super curious what you guys think about this. And it was super sucky to see a guy like Nadeshot just like super sad.
No, yeah. Homie legitimately looked depressed.
The entire last 15 seconds of the video was like, I hope you guys have a great day. This pretty much sucks.
Yeah.
It was super sad to see, especially a guy who comes from Call of Duty. And I guarantee you guys, within the next week or so, we'll have plenty of videos on this.
Right.
Huge debate going forward. Will the Call of Duty franchise survive? And what the heck's going to go on? I don't know. Countless options.
Yeah, really and truly. Actually, thinking about it, in that video, Nadeshot didn't say they were releasing their COD roster, did he?
He did. But he did not say permanently. So it looks like likely for the next year at least. And I assume he's obviously a Call of Duty personality.
Right.
So you'd have to assume if they lower the price or they change things up, they'll be back.
Right.
But he did say for competitive Call of Duty, they'll be gone.
Okay, for sure.
So we're going to presume throughout the year. But then again, COD has usually, like sometimes throughout that second year, can have 2 CODs. One goes away, one comes out.
Right.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, you know what? I just really hope that other leagues don't look at this and then look at like the super player-friendly, like really like the league trying to look out for its players, like the mandatory salary caps, like the housing stuff, like the retirement. I hope they don't look at it and say, oh yeah, all of that is why people don't want to be involved. So we're not doing that. I just really hope that doesn't happen.
I don't think anyone would see that, right?
You would hope not, but these people are crazy.
Oh,
especially if you think about the people putting the money into the leagues to make the leagues happen, like the investors and stuff.
Oh, okay, now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that other franchise leagues don't take away those mandatory housing payment benefits because it's too expensive for the orgs to put forward.
Right, yeah, because
that's another. God, you're good at this, man. Yeah, again, because you have to think about it. And one last closing point on this. I know it's a bit of an extended topic for you guys listening, but when it comes time for $25+ million for the spot, you hear Nadeshot say, we got other bills to pay.
Yeah.
And for Call of Duty spot alone, you pay that spot price. Then you got to pay the salaries of at least 7 players, a staff. You got to travel, housing. It makes perfect sense it just makes obvious sense why they're not doing it.
Yeah, especially since it's not like Activision or Blizzard has released any analytics to them saying,
this is worth it.
Yeah, here's how you're going to make your money back.
Literally,
it's just like,
what have they done? They've said, the Path to Pro, little side series. We'll put $50K up for that. And by the way, the players you send to that, you got to pay them still.
No,
they're not going to make that money back either. So huge talking points coming soon, guys. The future of Call of Duty League is still undecided, and we will break it down as it does continue.
Hey, so keeping yeah. Hey.
I hope that's our intro for everything. Hey,
you paying attention?
So Zan's going to hit us with more gaming topics this week. I'm esports, you're gaming. Good.
Yeah.
People love diversity.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit. Keep it fresh. But, this is something that affects esports people tons as well. Swatting. Swatting. Constant problem for everybody.
Don't even get me started, boy.
Yeah,
what's your story?
Right. So, actually, turns out a police station figured out, hey, we could just make this not happen. We could just fix this.
Okay. Tell me more, because it's been a while. So
right? Yeah. So, apparently, this guy named Sean Whitcomb, he's a sergeant from Seattle, right?
Okay.
And the only reason that he had this thought process because this is a gamer. This is a guy who spends time on Twitch, who's aware of what's going on and everything, right?
He's a cop, and he's also a gamer?
Yeah, he's a cop. Yeah, I think he's. They didn't say whether or not he was part of the SWAT team specifically or not, but he is a sergeant at their in Seattle.
Okay, sick.
Right? Yeah. So anyway,
much respect to you, Sean.
And it's not. He didn't do anything crazy.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
It's great what he did, but it's
very
so simple.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, all he did was he just made a registry of all the people in the area who might get swatted for no reason.
Thank you, Sean.
He got that on the ground and live to the public in 3 months, which, by the way, if you know anything about the way the government works, I used to work in a government office, 3 months is like light speed. That never happens.
Why did we not cover this? Let's keep this in mind. That's insane.
Yeah.
Shouts to you, Sean. That is,
right?
It's been such an issue.
I don't know
for
why.
years.
I have not seen anybody reporting on this. I just saw one random Wired article. Nothing else.
Has there never been a cop maybe high up enough that's been a gamer maybe?
It's very likely. I mean, I was reading about more on swatting and why, because I figured this is such a simple fix. Why does not everybody just have like a Google Doc or whatever? Right?
Yeah.
Like say, hey, somebody calls in, like Ninja says, hey, my name's Ninja. I'm in the area.
Yes.
I might get swatted. Just, let your guys know, be careful if they're coming to my place, just in case we don't want anything weird to happen.
And I have heard of that before, but not in a mass amount.
See, the problem is, I thought I'd heard that people do that.
Yeah.
Apparently that does like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. There was a story from this woman named Caroline Cinders, right? She's an online harassment researcher who did a lot of work.
I thought you were going to say online harasser. She frequently swats and harasses people.
No, yeah, she does
this
very familiar with swatting.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but anyway, she did a lot of work on Gamergate and looking into exactly why that happened and the results of that, right? And of course, it pissed off a lot of people. So people were trying to swat her, and instead of sending SWAT teams to her, they were sending SWAT teams to her mom's house.
Jesus freaking Christ.
So the mom called the local police station as soon as it started happening, right? And I was like, hey, so this is the situation. My daughter did XYZ. Here's what's up. They're like, okay, for sure. And then she kept getting swatted, right? So she walked up in the police station and was like, hey, hi, hello, I'm trying not to get killed.
Your boy's been at my place 3 times in the last week.
Right? And she said nobody there knew what she was talking about, and it was only when a member of the SWAT team who had been to her house.
Oh my God! Hey, I recognize you.
Hey, haven't we said hi before?
You're that one girl's mom.
Yeah,
I almost shot you.
Yeah, she was like, only then did they know what she was talking about. Like, how insane is that? That like.
let's spread some awareness.
This is like, this is such a simple fix. And this guy, Sean Whitcomb, he made it like simple enough that other police stations could just do it. They could just, but nobody's really gotten on board with it.
Hopefully this does hook because, opposite of what you said, there have been streamers for sure that have actually done this and it has worked in their favor. It's not everywhere.
I'm sure it's like, I'm sure it's not every police station.
But also to your point, it also comes on side of the streamer. You have to actually be proactive yourselves. You can't rely on a police department to call you and understand you're a gamer. So, if anyone's out there, please, and I'm sure hopefully a video about this in the future, if you're a streamer of any notoriety or up and coming, call your police station, get in there, or be Caroline's mom and walk in there and say, hey.
Honestly, walking in there is probably the best option. Because if you call, there's no way to actually know that somebody actually even wrote your name down.
Yeah, some people might think, oh, you're a gamer? Yeah, okay.
No, they'll just like say, like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll make sure taken care of, and then put the phone down and immediately forget.
Yeah, and there's always a side, too, that, as a SWAT team, if you're going to get even a threat you think is a joke, you got to respond. So to a certain extent, we understand both sides. But that's super cool. Hopefully, like, that is a huge talking point, and it's been a problem for so long.
With literally,
we all know someone who's been swatted. Everybody.
How is it only now that somebody was like, I should make a database?
Like a database in 2019. Like, dude, a month ago for the Fortnite World Cup, Booga was swatted after the Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it does spread. That's great. Shout out to you, Sean, and shout out to you, Caroline, and your mom.
Sean really doing work.
Hopefully moves are going to be made sometime soon, and swatting will be put away for at least, reduced.
Yeah, or at least you won't have to worry about getting shot immediately.
Yeah, you got a warning system. Hopefully being worked on within all cops sometime soon. All right, Zan, let's take it back. This might be quick. It might be long.
We'll see.
Let's keep this. I don't know what I'm going to go with this one. Let's keep this train going of great stories out there.
Sounds good.
But maybe a not so great. It's a weird. Okay, mainstream media hating on video games and esports.
Oh yeah, of course.
As common as swatting.
They despise us.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, let me keep in mind, we got a ton of comments. I made a video about this. You guys are awesome watching the videos and going to the website. We made a video about this, and tons of people from not America were like, yo, in my country, this ain't a thing. They like esports. They praise video game. Not praise, okay? Not like gods.
Right.
But
obviously.
they respect them.
Yeah.
And so is this just a North American thing?
I don't think it's just North America. I think maybe it's just like a Western thing.
Okay.
Like Western, speaking on a global scale.
Yo, we're not very strong suit when it comes to geographic
No, that's what I'm saying. Globally, right? East, a lot more accepting. I think that's not up for debate. Like so, in the East, we have people making
East referring to European,
the more
Asian.
European, Asian,
You're rocking that map, dude.
Yeah.
West referring to more of the
North America, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Mexico as a whole.
Okay. All right. I was waiting for me to say like Brazil. But yeah, either way, I think we've seen some extreme examples, and that's why I bring it up. I think we also have bigger figures that are kind of just, I wouldn't say notorious, maybe more so infamous. They kind of go out there, like Donald Trump, when he talks bad about things, of course it's going to go viral. He does it plenty. We've also seen a doctor, I think it was actually Dr. Catherine Smerling, where I had to talk about this. She referred to video games as heroin, dude. And I lost it, and everyone loses it. And so, like, what do you think about that?
I always think whenever I hear something like that, I'm like, has this person seen a drug in their life? Like really and truly, I've never done heroin. I never will do heroin.
And either have I.
Right? Hey,
but I sure do play video games.
The thing is, I've been around people doing other drugs.
Yeah, for sure.
Video gaming is not anything like any hard drug, at all, whatsoever. Right?
That stuff deteriorates your life.
Yeah,
it
right?
ruins you. Yeah, the hardcore stuff.
Almost instantly for some people. It's crazy. Video games are not that at all.
And I don't want to make an assumption. I think we're in the right to say that it's not a fair comparison to make heroin to video games. But also, if I was an addict to a hardcore drug and I was also a video game player, or maybe that's not even appropriate for me to make a reference to, but I would feel like they maybe would be offended by that. Because those are much more harsh addictions, and those are bigger struggles to be going through.
If we look at how people have been relating loot boxes to gambling, right, and how so many people are saying loot boxes aren't gambling, or they say like, oh yeah, so what if they are kind of like gambling?
Yeah.
Whatever. Like you see all these people who have issues with gambling come out of come out and say like, hey, yeah, that's kind of offensive to say that's like it's not a problem when it very much is for a large amount of people.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to like.
And obviously drug addiction is a much bigger issue, I think, in this world than potential video game addiction. So, I don't know if it's a North American thing. I don't know if it's a Western thing. Either way, mainstream media, I think they're growing on us, but very slowly.
Yeah, I think we need more FaZe clans in the world, to be honest.
Jesus,
because that's the only way they're gonna understand. Because they're gonna see.
Maybe
FaZe,
now we should understand.
They're seeing FaZe and like, Kanye does that.
Maybe these are the things.
Maybe this makes sense.
And so then they all try and I don't know, man. We'll see how it develops in the future. Either way, whenever these kind of stories pop up where mainstream people talk about video games, we're gonna keep on covering it because it's always just so comical. We can only hope it gets better in the future.
All right, so talking about the future.
Hey. Sorry. sorry. We're back.
That's what you call a callback. Anyway, yeah. So Steam. Let's talk about Steam and what they're doing.
I'm down, man.
Like, cause
love Steam.
Yeah, I saw a quote.
You?
Let's not talk about that.
Hit me with that pessimism. I'm ready for you, Zan.
I'm kind of optimistic, but at the same time, I'm like, why is this even?
I knew it. I freaking knew it. Give it away.
Anyway, so I read a statement from what was the guy's actual title? Let me get this correct. His name is Chris Early. He's VP of Partnerships and Revenue over at Ubisoft, right?
Okay.
And this guy was saying Steam's business model is unrealistic. In this interview, he was specifically talking about the 70-30 split in between Steam and any game publishers.
Okay.
So, the publisher developer takes 70%, Steam takes 30%, of every single sale.
Pretty hefty fee compared to Epic Game Store.
Quite a lot of money.
Yep.
Epic Game Store takes, I think, 12%.
Something really low compared.
Yeah, I want to say it's 12%. And Chris Early was saying it's unrealistic, the current business model that they have. It doesn't reflect where the world is today in terms of game distribution, right? Which I saw that and I was like, well, I mean, okay, Ubisoft guy who has your own store and is very much trying to sell stuff on your store and not give 30% to Steam. I see you. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they got me thinking, is Steam actually unrealistic in their current, because think about it. When was the last time you heard about an actual change that people have been requesting on Steam?
As in
like something
they're doing wrong?
Done. Something that people have been asking for that actually got changed or adjusted or improved.
You see, I'm gonna. What's your point here? Because for me, I don't have many qualms with Steam, so I'll come up from that angle.
I feel you.
I don't know what you're trying to approach it as.
Yeah, my thought process is there have been a lot of people saying, hey, yeah, this is a problem I have with Steam. Like, for example, the bloated game library. People are saying, like, yeah, I hate the fact that it's, like, actually, like, everything gets on Steam, basically. It's super easy. Okay. Right? So you have too many games, and that's been something people complaining about for, like, maybe 5+ years, right? No change made in that direction. I mean, they rolled out, like, curated lists, but it's kind of useless. But anyway, I was wondering, with Epic Games making so many big moves, obviously, right? Obviously, nobody's like,
how's their store doing?
Nobody's like, Epic Games is gonna crush Steam. That's the Steam killer right there. Right?
When Apex was the Fortnite killer,
rip. Lasted about 5 minutes.
Right.
But with that happening and with so many subscription services coming out and none of them use Steam, Ubisoft subscription service doesn't use Steam. Stadia is going to be completely separate from Steam.
Yep.
Like, Epic is moving more games off of Steam. Like, they're losing more and more of the market share.
Steam is losing steam.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you, and I think when it comes to taking egregious percentages, Steam is definitely a little bit guilty. When you make the comparison of percentages just straight up from Epic Games Store to Steam, that's a big jump, right? Over double.
Yeah, it's huge.
You got to think currently though what Steam is doing. It makes sense business-wise for them, right? They have the biggest market share, and so they can afford to. They know developers are looking for that exposure, and so they can take a bigger chunk.
Right. Yeah.
And I know you understand that, so I can only hope that in the future, as more Steam, more market percentage goes away from Steam, that they do reduce that. But when it comes time for their marketplace also, not only just when it comes to developer publisher, they take a huge percentage of all their market transactions because they know this is one of the few places where we have games where you can actually sell the weapons and skins in our games. We're going to take a big percentage of everything you buy and sell.
No, yeah.
And so
it's insane the amount of money. Like if you actually break down how much 30% can be. for like.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like if you're a CS:GO or other Steam game investor, like I've been in the past, it sucks. Like you have to if you buy an item, it has to go up so much for it to, because I believe they take anywhere from 15 to 20% off each transaction. And so I'm not disagreeing with you. Steam sucks in some of the things they do, but I understand why they do it. And
I mean, I think everybody understands why they do it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how is this viable long term for them? Because
Valve, it's been viable for a long time, Zane.
But it's been viable for a long time because there was no competition.
I hope it's not.
There was basically no competition.
Competition rocks. I hope Epic Game Store does better. I want more options.
Which they really should. They have no excuse for being so trash.
Right. Come on, Epic. You make bank. I'm waiting for Tencent to hop in here and say, yo, all right, biggest marketplace, biggest.
Yeah, right.
For real. And so I definitely agree with you. Like, I don't like the way they do things. We both understand why they do it. I really do hope that some of their Titan can really take off and take a chunk. So everyone, it's better for everyone.
Maybe GOG Galaxy 2.0 will.
Don't know what you just said. I think you've talked about that before on the podcast.
Yeah.
I think way back early.
It's a DRM-free platform that's way more friendly to everything and just not problematic.
Yeah, and it's going to be better for everyone but Steam, but I hope it comes. Yeah. And whether it's going to be a lot of tiny little Steam's taking off or whether it's going to be one big guy like Epic Game Store, who knows?
I kind of just want to be done with game stores in general on PC. I just started playing PC games. I really miss when I could just buy a game. I have an executable on my computer and there's no ancillary.
Yeah, you've never liked, you talked about this earlier. You never liked opening Steam or EGS, whatever, to open a program. Like you've always wanted like a shortcut right to your desktop. Boom, I can open a game.
Yeah, even if it's just like, I understand, obviously I can make a shortcut that essentially does what Steam does, but then it still opens Steam.
It still bothers you.
It still opens Steam.
I gotta log into Steam in the background. Oh no.
What if I just don't want to? What if I just, because like, why would I
One
want
day
to?
You'll get what you want.
No, I don't know
because
if I ever
that's
will.
like it's like how consoles work. It'll come to PC one day, maybe. You probably won't. But
Honestly, I've never had more motivation to just pirate stuff in my life because it's just like I could just not deal with Steam.
Here we go.
Well,
you know what?
Not that I would. I honestly I buy too many games. Like don't even play them. Like
I think stores are gonna be here for the time to come. Yeah. Giant question is what's next? Because Epic Games is not doing much.
Yeah.
So we'll see what stabs next at Steam. Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another story. This one's going to be Xanifer. I want to talk really quick about the are we starved for MMOs, my guy? Just give me a simple answer.
See, as someone
give me the answer I want for once in your goddamn life.
Let me read my script real quick.
Dude.
Yes, Jake. People are desperate for MMOs.
My freaking guy. Yes. Give me your real answer, though. What were you thinking?
I mean, I think there's definitely an interest. I don't know how much it's going to stay, though, to be honest.
Yeah, obviously talking about, kind of the return of WoW Classic.
Right.
It's probably not going to be this big for everyone knows it's going to drop off, right? The hype was 1.1 viewers on the release.
I give it 6 months.
But I still think, though, with that being said, with BRs kind of going in a weird direction, FPS is on a small comeback as well. I think everyone out there needs a solid MMO. We've talked about Final Fantasy, was it 14?
Yeah, it's 14.
EVE Online, WoW Classic now coming back. WoW stretches back from 2004, I believe. RuneScape. Some of the top MMOs out there currently, actually most of them, stretch back almost 10 years or 15 plus years.
Super long life cycles.
And so, imagine sometime 2019, 2020, we get the best MMO we've ever seen in our entire lives. I'm just saying, it's going to take off. I'm going to be there.
See,
and you're going to hear it here first, okay?
I'm thinking maybe it's not so much that people are explicitly interested in MMOs again. I think there was definitely a period of time where all the MMOs were garbage, like just like bad, right? I think all around the same time, like Final Fantasy 14 was bad for a while, and then people didn't like what World of Warcraft was doing, and a lot of those have finally fixed a lot of the problems that people have with them. Yeah, and people are finally hearing like, oh, Final Fantasy is good again. Let me hop back in, right? But I think that probably I don't think the BR market will go over there. I think the BR market will probably go more towards stuff like Destiny, where it's an action game with a high level of MMO aspects tacked onto it.
Yeah.
But not not like a traditional turn-based hack and slash MMO.
Like a MMO where you have to dedicate your life into, like a hardcore MMO, like a WoW, like a RuneScape.
Destiny can be that now, is the thing.
Really?
Yeah, because
we've had this discussion before.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
We haven't actually gone in depth into it though. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah,
here.
not yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah, because that would be like a real long conversation.
This dude loves Destiny, so I'm not trying to debate this.
Destiny is low key like that's my forever game.
Because
I'm thinking.
Never mind. I don't want to get discussion because I was gonna say I want an open world, and then you're gonna be like, well, they have 8 planets, and I'm like, frick, that's kind of open world, but it's like open universe.
They have like. I don't know how many planets they have. Like, you can. It's basically an mini open world on each planet. It's sick.
I don't know where I'm going because I want an MMO where I can just hold W for an hour and not reach the end of the freaking planet. One place,
that's
resource up.
The Division 2, and I think Destiny 3 is probably going to go somewhat that direction. Because if you play on PC right now on Destiny, right, and I'm coming from console, and this is kind of blowing my mind that it works like this, where on console all the load times are like super long. Like I used to read while I was waiting for like stuff to load. Like, I've like finished entire books waiting for Destiny 2 loading screens.
Jesus
Christ. Like now it's like moving from planet to planet is like it's like 30 seconds tops.
Yeah.
So it's
I think I remember my roommate actually saying the same exact thing.
Yeah, really?
Like they've made improvements that's for sure.
Yeah. But you can actually sink so much time into that game.
Yeah.
And there's tons of new stuff like all the time.
Okay, you've already made me believe you. So
Bungie updates stuff. They listen. God, I love what Bungie is doing right now. They're doing what every developer should do, and they're being like pseudo-transparent.
Wait, we're gonna find out in a week. They harass their employees. They starve them. They lock them up in the cages and make them produce.
Well, I mean, at the rate, I think have you seen all the people with sexual harassment allegations this week?
Yeah,
I've been keeping a list just to keep track because it's so many. I'm currently at 11 people.
It's just like it's
a lot.
We'll sidetrack from that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it off with one question. Okay, do you think sometime in the next 5 years, we will see a widely enjoyed MMO, and eventually it will reach the ranks of a WoW, of a RuneScape, of a Final Fantasy? Do you think we'll see a brand new one take off and actually fill a pretty big void?
I don't know if that we'll see a new one. I think we might see like a sequel to a current one that might as well be like an expansion. Which, I mean, it'll probably still be Final Fantasy 14, but it'll be like Final Fantasy 14 Dawnstar or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, I could see that happening.
I'll combat you. I think in the next 5 years, we'll have a big one. I swear.
See, nothing in the works looks like it could actually do that, though.
My only hope right now is currently, I think Riot announced, or it was only rumor, not even Riot announced. It was rumors that Riot could be working on something with their map.
So we'll see it in like 10 years then?
Yeah, not anytime soon. Yeah, you're right. Frick.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, maybe I think we could with Stadia because...
Shut the frick up. Dear God.
No, but hear me out, right? So I think the problem that a lot of MMOs have right now is like just not being able to actually support worlds that have all the content you want in it smoothly.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but Stadia can do everything smoothly.
It can't, but it can do a lot more than like I was reading a statement from the Orcs Must Die 3 developers where they're like, yeah, we have one mode in the game that we want to just throw like tons of orcs at you, but even like the beefiest gaming computer just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Just because of like all the AI and everything, and that's a small game. Those maps aren't big, and if like a beefy computer can't handle what they want to do, they're like, yeah, Stadia does it easily. And we're like, oh, okay. I see
Yet again, Stadia getting my hopes up for the best MMO of all time. So thanks for that.
That's probably your best shot at it.
All right, next 5 years, we're going to see if it freaking comes true. And if it's by Stadia, I'm going to be thanking you for so long.
All right, I already threw a little bit of shade Steam's way. So, got to balance it out. Throw some towards the Epic Game Store.
Heck yeah, dude. Yes.
It's the move. Got to be. We're equal opportunity shade throwers, I like to think, Everybody gets a little. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about Ooblets, an indie dev who signed on with the Epic Game Store in the most problematic way possible. Let's talk about a dev that said no to the Epic Game Store deal.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so the guys behind Darq, it's Darq to spell Dark. So,
of course, because, why spell things correctly
because we're gamers, and we have our own spelling for everything.
God, that is such a stupid name. Continue. What the Why did we spell Esports Talk right? Like, we're so stupid.
No, yeah, we should have thrown the R should have been like a 4 or something.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. People don't even use R4s for R's, but it would have made us more searchable though.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, yeah. So back in July, he got offered exclusivity from Epic, and Epic was super polite. He was super polite. He was just like, "Hey, no, my game is like super wishlisted on Steam. I feel like it would ruin my credibility as a studio if all these people were looking forward to my game on Steam, and I told them, hey, no, never mind, guys, not releasing over there, only on Epic.
Good for him.
So he was just like, yeah, that's all it was. And the Epic store with people were like, yeah, okay. And the dev offered, hey, I'm more than willing to work with you guys if you guys want to sell my game on your store as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the Epic store guy was like, yeah, nah, I'm chilling, right? And which goes directly counter to, like, in the past they'd said, like, oh, we're not really trying to push, like, only exclusivity.
Yeah.
For, like, but obviously, like, and this dude is probably the nicest person about this whole situation he possibly could have been. The only reason he even talked about it in depth was because he made, like, one Reddit comment.
Yeah.
Like, saying, hey, yeah, I said no. It was all good. They were super chill. And then a lot of news outlets took that and ran with it, like, well, Darq dev calls out Epic Games Store.
I mean,
says no.
So
like,
pretty much they were only interested if he was going to be exclusive.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, but
yeah.
they don't make it seem publicly that they want exclusivity,
No,
but
yeah,
they're not
they,
going to
like,
make deals
publicly-
unless you're exclusive.
They're all talking about, hey, yeah, it's the multi-store feature.
It seems
Let's
pretty
all build
straightforward.
together.
That's not the case.
Like, yeah, right. And now we have actual proof from these emails that they're not on board, right? And Tim Sweeney was all like, oh yeah, we're happy to see them succeed and all that. And then the Darq dev in with the 1-2 of like, hey, so now that this popped off, you want to put my game on your store, 100% of the proceeds go to charity. Your move.
Yo, no way.
Yeah.
Has Tim responded yet?
Nothing.
Oh
Silence
my god.
for like a week.
Yo, I have so much more. What's this guy's name again?
What's his actual
Yo,
name?
I did not expect that one too, dude.
Homie, like,
out of nowhere.
no, not only that, he was like, because a bunch of people after he released his initial statement, a bunch of people were like, hey, thank you so much for like being like just straight up and being an honest like stand-up guy, like making such a pro-consumer choice.
Yeah.
That he was like, hey, thanks for all the support. Several free DLCs coming out for the game.
Yo,
throughout the
shout
year.
this guy out again.
No,
What's his name? Darq
okay.
Studios or
yeah.
what?
The name is called Darq.
DARQ.
Yeah, the studio is called Unfold Games. The dev is named Wald Marhulitz.
What a freaking sick name, by the way.
No, yeah,
that
right.
is sick, dude.
No, yeah.
Like, yo, take that Epic. That is so. A quick recap. So this guy has a game wishlisted on Steam.
Dude,
so
it was top 50 most wishlisted.
God dang, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so approached by Epic saying, yo, want to sell it on our platform instead. The guy's like, no thanks. I can sell it on both platforms. Epic's like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
Pretty much Epic preaches you don't need exclusivity, but then they say you pretty much need to be exclusive.
Yeah.
So he comes back and goes, yo, I'm going to sell it on Steam, but I'll sell it on your platform too. 100% proceeds go to charity.
Yeah.
Dude, that is much respect.
No,
Freaking shouts to you, Wald.
Leaving Epic out there like looking like, I was like,
Oh.
we're going to go away now.
I mean, like
Jesus.
if they don't respond, like what? Like
Yeah.
that's so awkward. Like, you almost have to
real.
take that, right? It's
For real. Like,
charity.
And think about it. The fact that they haven't just said yes by now means they're probably not going to, which is like such a
The best part is that he's going to benefit no matter what.
Yeah,
Shout out to you,
yeah.
Wald. No matter what they do, he's going to either be more popular on Steam or
Yeah.
gets both platforms and charity.
Yeah.
What a killer
he
story,
made it
dude.
possible for literally everybody to win in the situation. And not once this entire the process, he did not say one bad word about Epic.
God,
The entire time.
I'm slowly loving
He
this.
was
I'm
just
falling
like-
in love.
Yeah, homie, it's like I've been pushing this for a long time, and like behind that, like when I talk to people, like I'm always like positivity. If you're just a nice, decent
Gets you
person,
here.
it works.
And a good game.
It works, obviously,
But also do it right.
Yeah, if you're just a decent person.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
That's an epic story right there.
Yeah, right. So we're returning to the Randy Watch real briefly. Got a quick Randy update.
Randy Watch, roll it, Pete.
Yeah, so I mean it's not a huge one, but it's an interesting one because of what it means for the future.
Always is with Randy.
Yeah. So it's not like Randy said anything problematic. Not like that. This is actually an update on the court case, the larger court case.
Woo!
Quick recap for those of you who may not have been, on the Randy Watch. Basically, Randy Pitchford is being sued by former legal counsel for his company, Wade Callender. Wade Callender is saying several things. He's alleging that Randy stole 12 million. Well, not stole, but redirected. Let's say $12 million that was supposed to go.
Fancy way to say stole.
Well, no, it's allegedly he redirected $12 million that straight off the top of the money that employees would have gotten and from royalties from the game into his own magic company, which I still find hilarious that Randy Pitchford is such a magician that he has a magic company, like, right? But anyway, so in court cases, basically what happens, just so people have a general context for what's going on. Like, say I'm suing you. I can say, hey, court, I need this document from Jake to prove that what I'm saying is true, right?
Yes.
And legally speaking, you have to hand over that document.
Yes.
Because we have to, like, hash it out. Court has to decide, hey, yeah, does this document actually say what you're saying it does, et cetera, right? So Wade Callender is saying that Gearbox, which is Randy's company, has failed to provide several documents and has abused the discovery process, which is that process of handing documents back and forth. Callender issued like 8 different inquiries, and they only gave him like 1 page back that was super brief, right? And Gearbox has been trying to like push it back. They've been delaying for months, apparently, like behind closed doors.
I wonder why they're delaying the process.
No, yeah,
it's almost like they got something big coming.
It's almost like a game is about to come out, and they just don't want anybody to hear, hey, the Randy stuff is true,
and we stole.
Right, but like. Anyway, court has already decided that Gearbox requested that, they said, hey, yeah, we shouldn't have to send these in. Court was like, nah, fam.
You do?
You have to send these in or we're holding you in contempt.
Can they release a game while in contempt?
Yeah,
Probably?
They can. Yeah, that's out of their hands. But if they're being held in contempt, that's a real bad sign for the rest of the court
for
case.
sure. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Is that the update? That's the full update?
Yeah, that's the full update.
That sounds pretty freaking big to me.
I got a couple additional details on Randy that I found in finding this, or hearing about this story, actually. And actually, I have a conspiracy theory I want to run by you.
Jesus.
So,
of course you do.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Apparently, Randy Pitchford is also alleged to be holding what is being described as peacock parties. Where
oh man!
And at these alleged peacock parties,
why don't like part of me? I'm not surprised anymore. Like I can already tell you. You don't even gotta tell me anything, and I already partially believe the accusation.
What do you think the peacock parties means?
Don't ask me that. Don't ask me. But no, frick. Allegedly, I would assume peacock parties are Randy and the boys getting together some of the company, and they have them dress up in whatever they want to wear and impress Randy in some really odd ways.
Well, impressing Randy is definitely on the table. You're kind of close to it.
And whoever impresses him the most gets a bonus of that $12 million that he apparently stole.
Apparently, adult male guests at these parties allegedly exposed themselves to minors to Randy Pitchford's amusement.
Lord, what are you doing? Freaking hey, the way I don't like how they call it peacock. I know peacocking's a thing, but just the play on words just don't really got me going.
It's just kind of gross. But anyway, so here's my conspiracy theory that might not be too conspiratorial, if that's the right term.
Nah, it is.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Mr. Peepers over here. Anyway, so they signed the exclusivity deal with the Epic Games Store for Borderlands 3, right? Only place that game is coming out. Obviously, they lost some sales because of that, right?
Yep.
Epic has said in the past that they're going to recoup any sales that are lost from not releasing on Steam to developers, right? Now, here's what I'm thinking. Randy knew that he was going to take that $12 million when he signed the deal with Epic Games Store, I'm assuming.
Yeah, right? Probably to some extent. Yeah. If it's true.
If he actually allegedly did well, no. We do know that he has the $12 million. We just don't know if it was legally obtained. Anyway, the game didn't need the exclusivity. Definitely heard it. I'm thinking he took the deal to recoup part of that $12 million. To say, hey, Epic, we could have made this much money on Steam. You should definitely. I'm obviously not all of the $12 million, right? No, $12 million. But not gonna like
a sum of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibilities out there.
Because there's literally no good reason for it to be on the Epic Games Store. You can't preload. They said Borderlands 3, you won't be able to preload it. So day one is going to be a bit of a mess because there's going to be so much staggering, so many people trying to get it and not being able to.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking.
I wouldn't say that's too crazy, man.
Yeah.
And the conspiracies continue around that guy. So we're definitely going to have to wait on developments on the whole story because it continues to just pile.
The actual court date is like one of my most anticipated events of 2020, I think.
Is it going to be streamed live? Because that would be sick.
I definitely won't.
Watching Randy crack under the light live.
God.
And all the people come forward about different things.
Thinking about it, Randy's never actually been pressured with questions about any of his nonsense.
I imagine he doesn't really do too well under pressure, but that's an assumption again that I'm making.
Yeah, I would love to see an interview with him and Jim Sterling. Where Sterling's just like,
oh my God.
So what happened
Jim
with that?
would have his way with that cat.
No, yeah, Jim would destroy him.
He'd be like, how about this time? Or this time? And Randy's like,
I just want to know, where did that bathroom picture come from?
God, dude, there's just too many things going on.
Anyway,
so that's it for
Randy
Watch, guys, and it just continues to be
insane,
freaking mess. Anything else there, Zan, for episode 16?
We got to do some housekeeping towards the end. Say like, hey, thanks once again. Thanks for all your support. Everything's going really well. Site, channel are both doing well. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Next week, we'll probably be answering some comments on the end of this episode.
Yes, we're going to answer some comments, guys.
Yeah, so, have something to say, let us know. On the merch front.
Guys, people have been asking for merch.
We got our first set of samples back. Only going to preview one of them for now, but, thinking this is the Esports Talk jersey.
Showing that backside, boy.
Yeah, got the nice logo going on.
We wanted to take our time with it, so we're gonna make sure everything's okay. Zan's and the team's been working on this for quite some time now, so it'll be a slow release, but future projects are going well for us.
Yeah, I'd say so.
News continues to pour out, and we will continue to break down the podcast here as well. As per usual, thank you guys for watching this podcast. Thanks for watching the clips that come out from it, and you guys are the best. Episode 16 is now one and done, Zan. Cheers to you. We will see you back here sometime soon, aka next week. Until then, later.